Guys, the GOAT is back with another video. I know I said their name wrong in the last video. They said it in a previous video. Fuck, let me find it. We gotta find it.
This is a cactus.
A cactus. This is a cactus. A cactus has posted a new video titled Blue Protocol, Monetization is Troublesome, August 2024. Let's see what this is about. Is a previously very excited Blue Protocol enjoyer. I want to see what this is about.
Start off by saying, wow, this was a pretty good month for Blue Protocol. Usually in between expansions is where the game really struggles, but this midway monthly update popped off. For the first time, the game released a boss-only raid that had mechanics that were actually pretty fun to learn blindly with my team. They pretty much added new content that sort of bridges the gap to the very hard content I mentioned in my last video. A fairly good step in the right direction, but then came a couple weeks later a change in the monetization system. One that may hurt the game and affect you guys as the global audience.
I'm just guessing. Could this be because they've seen the stats of the game and they know, ah shit, we're in trouble. Can we milk this game before we have to shut it down? I don't know. Could it? I don't know. I don't really know so much the experience with Japanese games. I know like Korean games will do that shit, but let's see.
Audience's experience with Blue Protocol. Right now, we don't know where Bandai plans to go with the new pay-to-win monetization, but I can say for certain that it would not end well if we don't voice our opinion about it.
I'm also pausing because I remember last time I reacted, people were like, hey man, maybe it'd be better if you pause. Since I don't ever really react to other creators making content, Blue Protocol already doesn't have the best chance coming over here, so if they're going to do pay-to-win off rip, bro, it is fucking over. It is so over for this game, which sucks.
Global's version can change if the community speaks up about it, and that's the point of what I'm about to inform you guys on. Because if nobody's informing the world about it, then nothing will change. I will try to keep this video short and
That's
easy
a cool
to
looking
understand,
weapon.
since many of you guys haven't played the JP version of Blue Protocol. So if you guys watch my previous videos, I said that I love to compete in leaderboards. I have put down more than 2,500 hours, and a lot of that is due to theory crafting and farming the leaderboard.
2,500 hours?
I never got in at rank 1 in
Yo, a
any
cactus
leaderboards,
is definitely
but
the
got many
go-to
rank
for
2s. Pretty sad how I never won
information.
rank 1, but this is to give you guys perspective that I am fully aware on how to compete in these leaderboards. This season is a rerun of another leaderboard, but with stronger gear, so I know how to min-max and reach high rank easily this time around. Now, this new leaderboard is a come to Jesus moment for me. After riding up and down leaderboards for over a year, this one was it for me. Competing now got me flaccid. There's a few other problems with content that involves leaderboards, but this was the most impactful one as it severely limits who can actually have a chance in them. I'm talking about the new pay-to-win. Now, if you guys aren't aware, there was pay-to-win gear on release that was very broken for leaderboards as well. However, I was fine with it as it wasn't that expensive to get back then, and there was actually a free-to-play method to farm those. Bandai made it seem like it was a oopsie, as there hasn't been any pay-to-win gear since release that really impacted the leaderboards. This month, however, they broke that streak, that oopsie, by releasing new pay-to-win gear, and it's a lot more expensive. So the pay-to-win gear I'm talking about is only obtained through a paid-for RNG system. I'm not joking.
What? So you can buy gear with stats through the cash shop, but it's an RNG box? Diabolical. Not a skin, actual gear?
So you pay about 8,000 yen, which is about $54 to roll a 1 in 3 chance of getting the pay-to-win gear. That doesn't sound too bad for some people, but let me add more context, more fuel to the fire. So if you didn't swipe before for the limited time materials,
$54 and you still have a chance of not getting it.
Copies to upgrade it. You can upgrade this gear up to 5 times. So in total, you need to roll the 1 in 3 chance 6 times. Now let's do some quick math here. So on average, it takes $162 to get the drop. If you don't have the limited time materials from other purchases, it'll take $972 on average to get the pay-to-win gear for the leaderboards.
Oh my god. The only thing that sometimes doesn't concern me when games are pay-to-win like this is I feel like it's a very small group of people that have like the $1,000 to spend on some shit like this. And those people are just, I mean, I guess if you're actually someone trying to be at the top of the leaderboards and you don't have that kind of money, then it sucks. But I'm not really obsessed with the leaderboards if something like this exists, because I know the leaderboards are reserved for people with thousands of dollars to spend. So like my mind isn't even at like the, oh, that's not fair. It's just like, no, it's not even possible. This dream is so like far out that I'm not even disappointed because I had no hope in the first place. Not saying that that makes this okay. That's just like my mindset when it comes to certain MMOs that I play. Like the people that are pay to win, they're in a separate bracket that just doesn't really bother me. But I guess if the pay to win's extremely accessible, like more accessible than spending $1,000, then that's when I feel like it's a bit worse. But anyway, let's just keep watching. Let me shut the fuck up.
If you are unlucky, it can easily take way more than that, up to like a couple $1,000s. Now, some may cope here and say you don't need it if you're skilled at the game. Just play better. But that's not the case. The pay-to-win gear gives a huge advantage, so great that there's zero chance for a free-to-play to compete. It pretty much alienates a lot of the long-time players, and it alienates most new players that are interested in competing. Some of the top players took advantage and swiped for it, and now they're taking very easy high rank. Nobody can get anywhere close to their spots without swiping for the new pay-to-win gear. This may give short-term income for Bandai, but long-term this will hurt the game. People are going to start seeing the leaderboards as a complete joke, a complete clown fiesta, and the competition will slowly
Exactly what I'm saying. Like, if it gets to that point where only the people paying to win get that high on the leaderboards, it becomes a joke to where like the leaderboards are not in my plans anymore. Like I don't even think about that shit because it's like, yeah, that's a different bracket of human beings.
It's already showing that it's not helping the game when you check the PS4 sales.
But yeah, pay to win is on
and
a
Blue
short-term
Protocol
game.
is dropping fast immediately after they released the
God.
pay to win gear. This
It's
wouldn't
dropping?
matter much,
Okay,
but
that
one of the
shit-
things that this game desperately needs is repeatable content. There isn't a lot of engaging content you want to farm. Other games like RuneScape, Black Desert Online, or MapleStory all have better engaging content you farm hours on. Blue Protocol's grinding gameplay sets itself up to be like these MMOs, but failed to add the most important aspect, which is to keep players feeling like their time isn't being wasted. Every kill you get or every content you run in these MMOs gives some kind of reward of value even if you're unlucky. In Blue Protocol, you simply just don't get anything that you can use until you get that less than 1% drop.
The Maple
The
Story
currency
shout
is
out.
so
You still play,
inflated,
right,
so
Rafe?
you reach
Or you just do
cap on
dailies?
the currency within a week of just casually playing, and the other junk items don't matter either.
How much
The
is that,
leaderboards
Zero?
was, in my opinion, a fun, repeatable content because
Okay,
every
yeah.
run I felt like I was improving, which reflected my rankings, and the barrier to entry was very low for a new player.
Okay.
Now I feel like my time isn't being respected, having to spend a random amount just to stay competitive, and I feel very sorry for the high rank players that buy.
I mean, yeah, that would suck. That at one point they were able to actually compete on the leaderboards based off skill and like in time spent, but now it's just impossible because of this new gear that came out of nowhere. Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
Into the system, and
Because
possibly
also this player put 2,500 hours into the game. Like you can tell they love Blue Protocol with the content they make.
enabling Bandai to think it's okay for this to be normal. Now, I want to clarify that social platforms that discuss Blue Protocol are furious about the new pay-to-win gear. Almost
That's good.
every response to the pay-to-win gear in Twitter, Discord servers, X, which is Twitter, and 5chan. I just wanted to share it to a more broader audience since people outside of Japan are likely not aware of the situation here. We don't know if Bandai will continue this path, as there may be people complaining about it, but there's many people that also don't care and max the pay-to-win gear. This will heavily impact Global's long-term success if Global gets these very clear pay-to-win gear. The game will take a huge hit if the global audience does not give Aegis feedback on it. Many forget, but the global version of Lost Ark that was also published under AGS went through exclusive changes to reduce the pay-to-win at the launch. That was because of the feedback of the global audience. If the global audience does not talk about the pay-to-win gear only obtained through a lottery system, then global Blue Protocol will very likely have it. Now, the global release date hasn't been mentioned, but I have heard rumors of the game coming very soon. I cannot
Very
disclose though
soon?
what I've heard, so it's just a trust me
Okay.
situation right now. For now,
Trust
I
me,
ask
bro.
that you guys share this video with AGS and anyone that plays Blue Protocol when that time comes and the release date and beta gets announced. At the end of the day, I'm not emotionally invested about Global since I have Japan's version. However, I do care a lot about my audience's, your guys' experience. I want Global to have a good long-term road ahead. but that may not happen without the community speaking up against this specific unfair monetization system. Anyways, that's all I have to report on for Blue Protocol. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe because that'll help my channel immensely. If you want to see live Blue Protocol gameplay, check out my Twitch link below. Thank you everyone once again, and I'll see you all in the next report.
So as a thank you, can you guys please, I'll link it in the comments and in the description if this goes on YouTube, but please show his video some love and like it. But also, if Bandai happens to stumble upon this video, very unlikely because, you know, this is going on my second channel and it probably won't reach much of an audience, but like, you guys have to know, if an English person is working at Bandai, that this game is already in a very scary place, that it's already not doing that well in Japan. A lot of people have lost excitement and hope for this game, the global release. And as Zero said, like, not seeing a trailer at Gamescom is kind of weird. But let's just say it does come soon. Like, if this launches with pay to win, the game's dead. It's going to get so much bad publicity that tiny little hope it does have to succeed is gone. So in order for this to succeed, in my marketing opinion, is it needs to launch on consoles. It needs to be accessible. You guys need to have fucking commercials running on Hulu, Netflix, fucking YouTube that show the game in a very accessible way. Like, I think Black Desert maybe kind of did a good job of it, of reaching the console audience. Like, there were a lot of console players that didn't even know what Black Desert was, that it even was a PC game, and they were introduced to it by like Xbox. And like, I've stumbled upon players that have started playing console MMOs and had no clue that they existed for like years beyond the console version and shit, because the marketing was so good to appeal to those players. It needs to do that because this will appeal to a lot of people, especially with the anime theme and shit like that, and depending on the way they market it. But as far as the PC audience, like, we're all a lot of us are pessimistic and just have lost hope because this shit is taking way too long. The updates haven't been coming and the news that we're hearing about it isn't the best, and it's not doing well in Japan. So if you want this to exist, you need to talk to some like content creators maybe who have been playing the Japanese version or covered the English version, not me, but just people who actually still care enough about the game to give you some advice, and maybe not just as a company make some decisions without reaching out to the actual, talking to the people. You know, the king needs to step down into the city and talk to the people sometimes, and not just sit on his fucking throne and just talk through birds and shit, you know? Where the fuck am I going with this? Anyway, a cactus, thank you.